everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to take boring static appendix sections and turn them into kind of powerful interactive tools that your clients are going to love. Now, if you're anything like me, you probably hate manually creating long appendix sections for your clients, copying and pasting data from Excel into PowerPoint. In fact, you probably don't even offer them on the majority of your reports because they are so boring and tedious to produce. They're time consuming. You get the feeling that your client's only going to use maybe 20% of the charts that you're creating, and they're really, really good at destroying profit margins. So don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll know how to turn any of your survey data into these supercharged interactive online appendix sections in a fraction of the time that it would usually take you. So step one, you're going to need access to the Indico Labs Report Builder. Don't worry if you don't have access just yet. I've dropped the link below this video. You can follow the link, add your details to the form, and one of the team will reach out to help you get started. Step two, you're going to need your data tables, sometimes known as crosstabs or banner tables, something that looks a little bit like this. It's the aggregated data, the tabulated data that we're uploading to the platform rather than the raw respondent level data. The other thing you need to make sure of is that you have all of the different rows and columns that you need. We're not creating any new analysis within the platform. We're literally putting a user interface on top of the tables that you've already received. So step three is to actually upload these tables into the Indico Labs Report Builder. So I'm just going to start a new project here, click on choose a file, pick my tables, upload them to the platform, and the platform is using smart technology to identify where the different information is. It pulls out the columns, the rows, the question text, even the base information. So I'm just going to hit import and bring in all of my questions here, and the platform's going to instantly generate one slide per table. You see here, each of these is a slide for the table that we've imported. So we've already got like a nice starting point for our appendix section. Step four is to import whatever PowerPoint template it is that you would like your charts to appear in. I have a mock-up of a client template here for awesome TV, but this might be your own template, it might be your client's template, whichever you'd prefer. Let's just go ahead and bring that in. Layout settings, import theme, select my template and hit open. So the platform takes on all of the branding, the color schemes, the logo. You see my logo's changed on here, the color's different, even the fonts and stuff like that directly from the PowerPoint template. So it already looks familiar to your client. This will also be the PowerPoint template that's used if your client chooses to export from the interactive version of the report that we're going to create. Step five, nice and simple. We just need to name the project something that's going to make sense to the client. So we'll call this Dashbox for Awesome TV. Now you could just download to PowerPoint and deliver a static appendix section to your client. You see we've got the download to PowerPoint button here. This is probably already going to be a huge improvement on however you're currently building out your appendix sections. But you can almost guarantee that the client, once they receive the appendix section, will come back and they'll request a new version based on a different audience or using different chart types or whatever that happens to be. That brings us nicely on to step six and what I really want to show you today. So we're going to go into the projects area. I'm just going to click here, projects, and you can see this is the project that we've just created in the Indico Labs Report Builder. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use this button, Create Dashbox. We don't really need to do anything here, but I'm going to drop a link in just so that there's a logo that appears. Here we go. I'm going to use this one, your logo. This would probably be your own logo rather than your client's logo. So I'm just and drop that in here. And then I'm going to set the expiration date 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now. Let's make it the 1st of August and update Dashbox. Once we hit update Dashbox, the link is automatically copied. So if we pop this link into a new tab or browser, this is actually what you're going to be delivering to your client instead of that boring static report. When they click on the link, they'll receive access to an online interactive chart book. So they can jump to any of the questions from their survey, and then they can start to interact with the data directly within the platform here. So let's take this on-demand platform question. You can see I've got my base notes here, my question text up here, but then I can start to choose whichever cut of the data I want to visualize. I'm going to leave out low no demand, remove total. My base notes are dynamically updating as I'm adding and removing things. I can add and remove rows, I can switch the rows and columns, sort the data. I can even choose different chart types to visualize the data in. And then whenever they're happy, they can export either this single slide or the whole deck to PowerPoint. Enable editing, and we've only downloaded one slide, but obviously they could have exported the whole deck. But you see here, it's already got all of my clients' branding in it. So then, rather than having to come back to you and asking for different cuts of or reruns of the appendix sections, they can just come in and do whatever they want and export whatever they want to PowerPoint. So by giving power back to your client, you're not only kind of saving yourself heaps of time, but you're also generating huge value for your client. I'm sure you're eager to give it a go yourself. So if you hit the link below this video, it will take you to a blog post where you can fill out a form and request access. One of the team will be in touch to help get you set up, give you access so you can try it out yourself.